This is Injury in Fact by Aidan Nagiro. So, the overview. Injury fact is the harm the plaintiff has suffered. This must be real harm, not potential harm, just harm that's already happened and has affected the plaintiff. It's personal and can be traced back to the defendant and the actions of the defendant. If it's traceable to the defendant, there may be redressability. These are also necessary to have standing in court. In regards to data breaches, if there was harm done, notifications must be sent out if the harm was done to the individuals as well as just anyone who is affected. Failure to do so will result in penalties in the form of fines. And on top of this, an investigation must be launched in order to stop the breach, as well as better ways to have stronger defenses. Injury in fact, what is it? So, it's a key element in court. The plaintiff must have standing in court in a court case and is required to meet. So they must have that in court. In order to have standing within a court, there must be proof. Proof of what, you may ask? There must be proof that there was harm and damage done. The proof must be traceable to the actions of the defendant. And concrete just means that the harm was done and did happen, real harm. Particularized means that the harm has affected the plaintiff in some sort of way, personally and individually. Injury in fact requirements. I've already stated this in the slide before, but the harm done must be concrete and particularized. This means that the harm is a real thing, not some made-up thing. Personal. The harm had to have already happened. Actual harm, no uncertainty about the injury. There must be a traceable connection. This means that there must be a connection between the actions of the defendant as well as the plaintiff who suffered the damage. There has to be proof that a remedy can be provided. This can prevent possible events such as this from happening again. Injury in fact requirements, Claridge v. Rockview. Alan Claridge stated that personally identifiable information does in fact count as valuable property. Since his information was leaked, his data had lost its value. Rockview did in fact fail to keep his information safe, and his data was not encrypted. Since his data wasn't encrypted, it was out in the open for hackers to steal it. So causation was present as well as redressability in this case. Court standings. Injury in fact. In order to have standing within a court, there must be injury in fact, as I stated before. The injury must be real as well as personal to the plaintiff. There has to be a connection, and the connection must be between the defendant and the plaintiff. There must be remedy provided for the damages caused. Standing, substantiation, and concrete demonstration of injury. There must be specific allegations that the plaintiff has against the defendant in order to have standing. There must be evidence of harm done. Not possible harm, but physical harm done. There must be a link. This means that harm suffered can be traced back, as I stated before many times. And harm must be real. Material risk means that the harm will occur and that the harm has to be significant enough to cause a lot of damage. Emotional distress could be considered harm in some cases. It all depends on the risk. Obligations on data breaches. Notification requirements, investigation, security safeguards, and penalties. So, what does this all mean? Well, when a data breach occurs, there must be individual notifications. These are just notifications that'll notify the individuals who have been affected by the breach in order to just let them know that something happened to their data. This will get out to individuals as soon as possible. Now, there may be notifications just for state agencies, such as the Attorney General, Department of State, etc. Companies must investigate the breach. This will allow them to prevent harm done or future harm done. And it will also allow better safeguards to be developed in order, like better security systems for their data. There are civil penalties. If there is a data breach and no notification is put out, then a fine may occur. And fines range anywhere from $20 to $250,000. And it's up to $5,000 per violation. Here are my references. And that is the end of my presentation. Thank you for watching.